is not working. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. I am the host, AD Walker. Appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for rocking with us and always sharing and being a part of the conversation. I appreciate you. I would be nothing without you guys. I appreciate you. So make sure, as always, make sure you share. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. Tag somebody, let everyone know that the brothers are in the building. And that's it. So, like I said, I'm trying to break up kind of some of our conversation and some of the things that we're talking about. So in the news today, actually, you know what? I'm gonna close out with that because I don't have my just one thought. So we'll just close out with that. Good morning, somebody. Blessings. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being here. Hey, Lisa. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Miss Kathy. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for being here as well. All right. So today we're discussing, and I'm kind of changing it in my mind as we go, but what keeps you from growing or what keeps you from increasing? Is it your environment or is it you? Is it a combination? Of course, we talk about personal responsibility, but what is it that can keep you from becoming better or greater? And I know we're gonna fall back on ourselves, but is there more than just that? Because most successful people have an environment to grow. Most successful people are placed in an environment that they can grow. Hey, Mama Corey, good morning. Good morning. Are placed in an environment that they can grow and become better. So we're going to discuss that and those factors. Make sure you share. Make sure you tag somebody because I don't like. Yeah, we're gonna dig into this because I don't think it's as easy as everyone makes it sound. And everyone is not lazy. Sometimes the opportunities aren't there and the struggle is real, and it's hard work gets you a distance, but connections get you further. All right, so we're gonna dig into that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and kick it off. Good morning, Miss Deborah. Good morning. Good morning. We're gonna go ahead and kick it off, and prayerfully, Pastor will be in the building in a few, and that's it. We'll be right back. I want to welcome you to the Brothers of Legacy broadcast, where we are changing our community one conversation at a time, every day.
We are creating a new legacy. Change gon' come. 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 A co-op has to start with ownership. Right. We have a mindset of either I want to make a lot of money or survive. Make a bunch of money or I got to figure out how to survive.
When you have a real bond, when everyone has, we come in with real expectations. Mm-hmm. Because this is covenant.
The whole premise is that we as a people, with our money and time, aren't often, making this general possible, often vested in the legacy.
Oh, I felt to do that. Go ahead.
You're watching the Brothers of Legacy. We don't stand out. We stand up.
I probably need to. All right. Hey guys. Welcome to the show. Yeah, I do need to lower that camera a little bit. So you take me off while I talk. While I fix my camera. what keeps you from being? There we go. That's much better. It looks like I'm trying to look what it fits. Um, and so, hey, Miss Cheryl, good morning. Good morning. Let's see what can I do. Can I do it this way? Let's do this again. Don't see that. All right. Just make me feel better. um, so, like I said, talking about what keeps you from increasing, what keeps you from growing. And there are several factors that are, there we go. That's the, oh, not still, but it's fine. No, at least it's a little over in the corner. So sorry, getting my studio to make it more visually appealing. And to me, like, one of the factors they always say is that you are the sum total of the 5 friends or 5 people you hang around. That is a factor. They duly influence the things you do, the way you are affected, and the things that you learn. Because I've had friends come get me into spaces that I probably wouldn't have done on my own or led anybody else to. I've also had friends, that have talked about things that have raised my consciousness or thinking when it came to particular topics, things of that nature. So, who you're around does affect what you do. I believe your environment is a huge factor as well. Some of the, if you're in a rough environment, it can cause you to be a certain way because, though you may be duly influenced by the people you're around, those people are the way they are because of their environment. And, as we've always heard, some of the highest crime areas are the most poverty-stricken environments. And that is not by mistake because, if people are struggling to make ends meet, there are those that's going to hustle as far as, go to work or whatever, or try to find any way to hustle up money, sell things, but there'll be others that they get desperate. So now anybody that got a little more than them, or probably the same amount, like I need yours, I got mine, I need yours as well. And they'll do what they have to do to get it. And unfortunately, of course, in the long term, it places them in a bad state or a bad situation where, getting arrested, getting felonies now closes the door to other opportunities. So I do believe environment does have a huge stake or a huge position in what you become. Hey, good morning, Keith. Good morning. But yeah, so today I just want to talk about, is it, what helps you from becoming, what keeps you from increasing, what keeps you from becoming better and growing and becoming the person that you should become, or to be the person that can affect society in the most positive manner, have the most impact as far as raising the standard of the way we live. And I'm gonna be harping on environment because, oh man, like living here in Georgia, and I'm sure like a lot of states, because New York is the same, but keeping it real, like some of the rough areas in Georgia, mostly into Atlanta, the areas, like you can tell like when you're going from a county that has resources to a county that doesn't, like instantly, based on the roads. The county that has resources, the roads are pretty smooth. No road is perfect, but if there's issues, you'll see cones around it, meaning work is coming towards that space. Whereas once you get into the county that doesn't have resources, you'll see potholes. There's no cones. There's no work. It's just jacked up roads. And you see how the stores are set up, the way parking lots are set up. It's just, and generally a lot of businesses are pulled out, and you'll see a lot of empty big box store areas. Like it's like you'll see, oh, that looks like it used to be Toys R Us. Like it just would be spaces like that. And it's crazy how you know, just the environment changes, and you can kind of see based on the people, like the struggle is real. Like I said, I drive Lyft from time to time, and picking different people up in different areas. You can see the attitudes, you can see the people, and know some of the struggle. And so I don't take away personal responsibility. I never take away personal responsibility. But at the same time, everybody doesn't start from the same space. Everybody doesn't start on equal ground. And just for clarification, I'm not talking like just from a racial aspect, but from people. And sometimes people, that look like us, 'cause, like I said, not from a racial aspect, hey, you just need to stop being lazy. Some people don't have the same resources that you started off with. Like, I will admit, like, I got a head start when it came to certain things. I had access to certain resources that I know everybody doesn't have access to. And some people don't have access to certain opportunities. Like, everything had to start from scratch. And I wanted to have this conversation because we sometimes, those that we look at that are lazy, some people get into a complainative state because it's just challenging. It's just hard. And you feel like, why is it that I just can't get ahead? What is it that I'm doing or I'm not connected to? Or what am I missing that keeps me from getting better? And I think a lot of times, the factors of connection, which is that's like, honestly, probably for the next couple of years, I'm really, really harping on connection, connecting, because we can't sit in our bubble and expect to just get better, just to increase. We have to have the ability to reach out. And I get, like, if you're in a rough area, you're reaching out has to be specific and more calculated. But sometimes the people are there that can help you get out of situations. We just have to be willing to reach out and step out of our box. All right. Coming to the stage right now, all the way from Kankakee to California to Japan. Now in McDonough, Georgia, Pastor Brian A. Corey Sr.
Happy Thursday.
Yes, indeed. Happy
I
Thursday.
tell you, man, you can't keep kicking my city to the curb, man. Locust Grove, bro.
I keep saying McDonough. My bad.
Bringing in the LG and not the phone.
Not the phone. LG. Oh, man.
Blessings to
All right.
everybody this morning. I pray everybody's doing well today.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Go ahead, keep going. You were on the roll, man. Keep going. Sorry.
Anthony is just America whose cops are bad toward the Black community. It happens here from time to time, but not as much as USA. Interesting.
Let's all together push back on that. That's just not true. Have you seen a football game, a soccer game?
Right. Yes. Right. Right. Yeah. We're not yeah. Bananas on the field, and
they attack your superstars.
Right.
So if they're doing that on public television with the superstars, what can you imagine what's happening on the streets?
Right. And it's crazy. At least here they separate them, and they're not like the rest of them. Yeah, they into another space until they prove that they're not. They bring them back. They throw them back into our family. So yeah, it's yeah. But so today, like I said, make sure you share. Sharing is caring. Be a part of this conversation. Like I said, today, what keeps you from increasing or getting better or growing? Is it your environment? Is it you? Is it the people you hang around? What factors in more? And all my people that are watching, feel feel free to chime in. Let us know what you think. Let us know how you feel. Do you, in your own opinion or in your own growth in life, how do you feel? How do you feel? You know, people. What keeps you from growing? What keeps you, or what has kept other people from growing? And you know, like everyone, like for me, you know, coming from New York and coming from Roosevelt, New York, I realized, you know, I've seen people be in the same space, same corner, that do the same things, and maybe they're fine with it, you know, where they're at. I've also heard people complain, you know, about the struggle of trying to get out of a space, but I'm not sure if they're putting the energy to get out the space or they're just struggling to find opportunity to get out the space. So that's a factor as well. So, Pastor, how do you feel like outside, of course, personal responsibility? We know that's the biggest. Do you feel like could it be more environment, or could it be people around, like, or the lack of opportunity? And like I started off saying, like some impoverished areas of high crime areas, and a lot of fact there is because people are struggling and people just get into the I got to do what I got to do mentality. So I see Pastor rolling through. You look like you have a little more than I got, so I need yours as well as what I already got. You know, so do you feel like it is the environment, or do you feel like people? You know, what do you keep people from growing or increasing or becoming better?
If you're gonna just keep this personal for me,
Right.
I can't say that there's anything that prevents me from growing beyond myself. It's not even possible for me to utter out loud, because I truly believe that given time and attention, I can do whatever I want to do. Because
Okay.
for me, it's always going to be in spite of whatever obstacles are in front of me. You know, I've learned in my life that there is nothing that can keep me from doing or increasing where
Right.
I want to increase. You know, it's difficult for me, and that's why, like, I don't. It's one thing to talk about an obstruction, an obstacle. It's another thing to allow that obstruction or that obstacle to cripple you.
Right.
I have overcome far too many things. You know, you're asking me this at an age where I've overcome a tremendous amount of things and continue to increase. I may not be where I desire to be, but I thank God for where I am, and I'm a long way from where I used to be. So, given those dynamics, I don't see anything that prevents me from increasing. I just don't see it. And again, that's Brian. If I put attention to it,
Right.
whatever area I put attention to, I'm going to increase in that area.
Gotcha.
So what keeps me from increasing is not paying particular attention to a specific area.
Gotcha.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to count up all of that. I'm going to, you know, if I'm looking to increase in a specific area, what tools, what resources do I need to help increase or expand in that area? If I struggle to get that, then I work a little harder, more diligently to make sure I have those resources.
Right.
You know, that's the reality for me. I don't have another answer for that one. Because outside of me, nothing. There's nothing. You can't stop
Richard,
it.
Host of distractions that were never there before. Let's see. Keita says, I've been my biggest hinderer. Although I have experienced challenges from my environment, I have learned that I can change that for myself. I am as we speak. Right, changing yourself.
Yeah,
indeed. What about, like, and I hear you, like, personal responsibility. You're like Keita says, the biggest hindrance is herself. I always think about like so there's these shows, and I've heard like what's the name of it? I don't remember, but they were billionaires or millionaires. They are currently, and they go broke, right? They pretend that they go broke and they have nothing, and they have to be resourceful to try to basically get back, to being a billionaire, millionaire. And it's funny that you watch it, and it's kind of like, in the end, they're like, I did it again. Why can't anybody else do it? My thought was the fact that, like, I've lost, just like you, I've lost, but I've always been able to get back to where I was because I knew how to get there. Like, I can get there. And as soon as, like, I can figure out how to get here, right? Even if I lose, I can get back there quicker than I did the first time because I know the path. So sometimes I'm like, it's kind of like disingenuous in a sense, like, but you figured out the path. Because like, if you ever heard of Grant Cardone, he was on a show like that, and he was saying, I wasn't interested in trying to get money. I was interested in connecting. Like, because you figured it out. He said other folks were just trying to get money. I figured out I just need to connect. And what he did was like leverage. He just leveraged one thing to leverage another thing. He had the leverage mindset. Like, once you figure it out, it's like, I played this game already. It's like playing a video game. They may upgrade it. Oh, I know how this game works. I can get to level 10 just like that. And so my reason to have these conversations sometimes is sometimes people are here and look down. It's like, I made it. I can get here. Why can't you? But it's like, I don't really have one. I don't have the habits. Like, I don't have that habits. Whatever habit you had that took you from here to here, that's one. I don't have, like, sometimes I don't have that connection mindset. When you're in a struggle, I'm going after money. Like, I'm going from job to job after money. Who thinks leverage? I'm not thinking leverage. I need to eat. And because sometimes in the thick, because you've been there, like, in the thick of a struggle, it's like, I don't want to be here forever, but how do I comfortably move? Like, I need my people to be comfortable because I don't want to be uncomfortable because I don't know how long we're going to be uncomfortable. You understand what I'm saying? So you kind of hustling for it, Go ahead, break it down.
Two things you said that were significant. Number one, if you're a billionaire and you go pretend like you're broke to try to do it again, there's no such thing as a billionaire pretending to be broke.
Right.
You can do whatever you want to do.
Right.
Because you already got it.
But that too.
That's
right.
Number one, right?
Right.
And so what I'm saying is, like, that's like that old adage, when young people say, I want to grow up, I want to be a professional athlete. Right. And someone says, yeah, but you need a backup plan. You need a fallback.
Right.
And they said, well, if I have a backup plan, then I'm telling myself I'm going to fail.
Right.
And then the next thing you said is, I want to keep my family comfortable. I don't want to be too uncomfortable. You can't say increase and comfort
right
at the same time.
Right.
You're never going to get it comfortably. Right. It's never going to come. Right. You have to anticipate, you have to expect that you're going to be moved into some very uncomfortable situations if you're really trying to get there. And I don't care what you define leverage, how you define leverage.
Yeah.
Some people define leverage as their network. Other people define leverage as the money.
Right. Money
is leverage. Your network is leverage. It depends on what tool you want to use to get you to whatever level you're trying to get to. When I was in transition, I said, this is uncomfortable.
Right.
I got to get out of this position. So I'm like, I got to go make something happen.
Yeah.
So I hitchhiked.
Right. He said that right there. Yeah.
Yeah. I had to figure out how to get to where the leverage was.
Right.
By any means. So I caught a ride.
Right.
I had to figure out how to get that job. I prayed, and what started in the morning as a no, at 10 o'clock in the morning, by 3:30 in the afternoon, it became a yes.
Indeed.
What started as working overnight, riding in a car between two people that were uncomfortable riding with, turned into getting moved to another shift.
Right.
was started with moving to that other ship. And I'm saying all of this was shifting, discomfort. I got to get out of here. I got to get to them. What's the next thing? What's the next thing? What's the next thing? Got out of that wash house into the sewing factory. Out of the sewing factory, I'm like, you know what? This still isn't enough for me. I got to get out of this zip code.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to grow. I got to get out of this bowl and get into the sink.
Yeah.
Then I got to get out of the sink
and
get into the pond. Get out of the pond and get into the ocean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And in every step there were obstacles. I had to pack up. I had to move. I had to go through a divorce. All of these things, because I'm like, you know, nothing is going to. If you don't want more, then you're going to be right here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so all of those discomforts in life were a part of the journey, you know, and then, you know, being a single parent, you know, how do you do this? I mean, I went through all of that stuff, you know, my children having to change schools and working in one city, living in another city. How do you make this happen? And get them finding out my children weren't living in the same city. They put my children out of the school. I went to work for the church. I mean, like so many things where I could have just quit. Right. And at every stage, I'm like, nope, I can't stop. And I'm saying, like, whatever I could use as leverage, I used it to get to my next level.
Right.
You understand? And so people look at me today and I'm saying, yeah, I just look like this. You don't know the levels that we have to progress through to get to where we are. But what I'm saying is, I was not going to quit. I made mistake after mistake after mistake, but I had to even overcome my own mistakes.
Definitely.
You know, so I'm saying there are a lot of things that could cause you to miss your opportunity. But the reality is the true cause is only you.
Right.
It's only you.
Right. Keita said, I've been dealing with some old things that has helped me see what is truly strong holding me from achieving my best. I had to deal with the core of the thing to get here. Right.
Yeah. Core is key right there. That's it. That's it.
Right. Yeah.
If you can't fix your core, you're going to be dealing with symptoms forever. The cause is the issue.
Yeah. I mean, you have to be realistic and you have to be realistic about who you are. And you know what is your setbacks? You know, what is it that you need to do? That's something inside of you keeping you doing. Oh, so I think that's a huge one. To me, I feel like those connecting has been like my biggest stronghold. You know, just staying connected and being consistent. You know, is definitely something that I've gotten better at, and it's helped me grow. Because, you know, and being able to wade through when you don't feel like it, being able to wade through when you get tired and you don't like, man, I don't want to do this anymore. You know, has been my biggest thing. You know, and not disappearing. Like I always say with Brothers Legacy, because I'm trying not to disappear. I need you guys to like disappear, you know. So I think it's those things that, you know, being realistic about who you are, you know, and what you want to accomplish is a fact. It is a key. I think it does take time if you've never been there, because you're trying to figure out how to get to a space in your own with your own personality and your own things that you're trying to overcome. Because it's easy, you know, you watch people, all you got to do is, you know, like, do what? You know, that's easy for you. But for me, that's an all day challenge, you know, and just like, they got 5 steps to be rich. You know, you just like one, call this person. I don't have that person in my phone. Like, you know, go get a bank loan. My credit's a little jacked. The bank don't even want to talk to me. You know, like, it's real. Like, I don't know, like lately it's funny when people have a blueprint for success based on what they did, and I'm like, it's challenge. Like, you can show certain resources that you used, you know, but as far as like exact steps, it's like, yeah, a lot of times you happened upon, you know, God bless you to intersect with someone in the right conversation, kind of help go to the next level. So, but I say that because sometimes you get discouraged when someone gives you a blueprint and you feel like it just didn't work. It's like everybody has a different path.
David said something that was so profound. When they tried to give him weapons of warfare to fight Goliath,
Right.
He was like, "Look, these weapons have not been tried by me."
Right.
And that's the thing. People say, "I got the blueprint for your success." No, that's your blueprint for your success.
Right.
Your blueprint may not necessarily fit in my world. It may not necessarily fit my personality.
Right.
And that's the thing that you have to consider. People don't realize. Listen, when Bill Gates was in the garage, could Bill Gates see Microsoft?
Right.
When he was in the garage?
I don't know.
The answer is yes.
Yeah.
Right? Because
Definitely.
I think, who was it? So a man thinketh, so is he.
Right.
Right? If you can see, here's what's amazing. Maybe he didn't see Microsoft, but he saw something great.
Right. Right.
And whatever it was, the name that was put to it was Microsoft.
Right. Yeah.
But what he saw was better than where he was.
Right. Yeah.
That's the key.
Definitely.
Right? I love that. I love my youngest brother's testimony, who's in Hollywood, writing and doing his thing. He always said, "I wanted to be an actor. I want to be an actor. I want to be an actor." Right. And I'll never forget, in like 2000, I told him, he got hired at working at Saturday Night Live. They flew him to New York, and he was in the black car getting driven to work every day and all that. He was in Hell's Kitchen. He was living the life.
Right.
And then he was like, "I don't want to do this."
Wow.
I'm like, "Dude, you're on SNL."
Right.
He goes,
right.
"Yeah, but I'm in the back room writing. I'm not on the stage acting."
Mm. Right.
I'm like, "But it's Saturday Night Live."
Right.
Right. And he was like, "But I didn't come here to do this." I couldn't. And I said, "Bro," I said, "Man, I believe that you have a gift in writing. It's a gift." Mm-hmm. But he had a passion for acting.
Yeah.
Right. Definitely. And so here's what happened. He got a revelation. I'm going to leverage my writing gift and build my own company for acting.
Right. Okay.
So writing has his wife driving a Tesla. Right.
Yes.
But it also has him doing the black version.
Right.
Where he travels all over the world with other casts of people that he hired.
Wow.
To work with him. And he's writing and doing he's writing his own acting, his own stuff for the black version. So he's able to act and write. And he has the best of both worlds. Why? Leverage.
Yeah.
So he's living the life, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is you can look at it as not getting opportunity. Right. But he's been on the big screen. A lot of people have seen him, don't even know they've seen him. They know they've seen him. They don't know it's my brother. Right?
You see them.
Yeah. But I'm like, he goes around and people recognize him, and I'm with him, and we're out and people asking for an autograph. I'm like, who you ain't nobody. I'm shocked. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'm saying that he's living his best life.
Right.
Because he did not allow any hindrance to his passion for increase. And because of that, he never gave up on his acting. He's acting every day, but he's also writing, and he's leveraging, to your point, writing to empower him to act. It's like I talked about my career being a funding source for doing ministry. Right. And that's what it was. I've since changed that perspective because I no longer want my career to be the funding source for my ministry, because I have lived that, because I spoke it for so long. Right. It became my reality. And then I realized you're limiting yourself. Change your
Yes.
conversation.
Change the conversation. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, what you speak, what you live, definitely becomes what you are. But we just, we I think we hinder ourselves, um, just based on, sometimes our limited thinking. Sometimes, our limited thoughts hinder us from becoming more, and we get comfortable in the space when we can go after more than just what we have. Um, but and of course, it's all about what you want. What kind of life do you desire? No one that I know of wants a struggle life. No one wants to struggle.
I have a question. I
What's
just
that?
saw this. There's a story coming out. How many people know who the highest grossing actor is of all time?
Of
In
all
Hollywood?
time,
All time.
I'm going.
Highest gross has movies that made more money than anybody else in the history of Hollywood.
Ooh.
Anybody?
Maybe. I was okay. So.
Type it in the comments. Hi,
Oh
don't
yeah.
look it up on Google. Don't
Yeah. Don't
Google it.
Google it. Google it. No googling. No
No
googling.
Googling. Guess. Highest grossing actor. His work has made more money than anybody in the history of Hollywood
I think I'm.
or entertainment movies.
All right. Well, we give you some time. Do 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 do. Give you a
Some
little
should
time.
have popped in there by now. Somebody Googling. Stop Googling.
I know, right? No, nothing's coming up. Stop googling. Stop googling. Sam Jackson. Okay. Deborah said, "I don't know." Take a guess. Just take a shot, Deborah. Just take a shot in the dark, Deborah.
That's it. It's Sam Jackson.
Is it really?
Yes. Yes.
Wow. Highest grossing?
Highest grossing of all time. Samuel Jackson.
Wow. That's what I was thinking. If it was
Not Denzel.
Denzel. Sorry. Denzel. Yes. I was going to say
Sam Jackson is the hardest working man in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And what's amazing is the world doesn't know that.
Right.
So who's trying to keep him from increasing?
Right. Right.
How many of y'all know that in the 90s, Sam Jackson was addicted to drugs?
Yes. I knew that.
And he gives his wife credit for saving him from drugs. Been married 40-something years to the same woman.
Right. It's amazing how I know a couple of actors that have been married quite a few, quite some years, decades.
Yeah.
We don't even really know about them.
They're black.
Right. Check out the Purposeful Forever page. We do. We've highlighted a couple of them.
And the point I'm trying to make is, like, the world doesn't know that Sam Jackson kept his mouth closed, put his work in,
right,
and never let anything stop him.
Right.
And what I'm saying is he is the highest grossing actor in the history of movie making.
Wow.
And most people don't know it. He was never out here flossing. You could catch Sam Jackson at Publix.
Right.
Because there's no entourage.
Yeah.
Never has been. Just a regular Joe, but has made more movie money than anybody else in the history of Hollywood. Now, you want to talk about not letting anything stop you.
Right.
Anything.
I thought it'd be Tom Cruise. No, Sam said Tom Cruise. I was thinking Tom Hanks.
Nope. They don't even touch Sam Jackson.
Yeah, I would have thought Sam Jackson.
They played a game called 6 Degrees of Separation. Kevin Bacon. What was that game? Back in the 2000s, whatever, 90s. That's Sam Jackson, actually. Because he's worked with everybody.
Really? Yeah, definitely.
Everybody.
Yeah. Everybody.
Everybody. Yep. I mean, like Sam Jackson did a movie with Gina Davis.
Right. Long Kiss and Goodnight. That was a great movie.
Yeah. I'm saying, so what the only point that I'm trying to make is that when we talk about these things, you know, I think someone mentioned distractions. Mm-hmm. You know, distractions happen because you lose focus.
Right.
When you lose focus, you become distracted by other things. Right. People get mad because you're moving forward and they don't seem to be a part of what you're doing.
Yeah.
When you're not a part of what somebody's doing as they move forward, you might be the distraction.
Yeah.
I'm never mad at people for moving on. I'm mad at people for moving on and not saying that that's what they're doing.
Right.
Yeah. I can't be mad because you want to grow. I can't be mad because you want to do something better for yourself. I can't be mad. You know, the only thing that's frustrating is if you feel like we have to be enemies for you to do it. That becomes a distraction.
Right. Say that.
Be comfortable moving forward.
Right. That's a big one.
We so scared of hurting people's feelings, you know. And I'm saying you can't. And the thing is, you can't blame people if you're emotional about letting go.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If I stick with you because I'm afraid to tell you I got to go do something else, that ain't on you. That's on me.
Right. Yeah.
I gotta be big enough to say, hey, look, I don't think this is working. You know, I got to go make a move. I got to go do something else. Love you, appreciate you. We can still be connected, but I got to go do something else with this time.
Stay connected.
Because that's leverage.
Stay connected. Because I don't know, like I feel like we could do so much more together if we just stay connected. Like it's okay. You can go over and do your thing, but we can stay connected. And honestly, you're right. And as you building, I'm growing, you growing, and now you know you never know what we can work together to build something greater. That stay connected. You don't have to leave mad. If I offended you, give me at least an opportunity for us to make it right. If it don't work, it don't work. But there's no reason that you cannot stay connected. There's no reason. No reason. Yeah. So listen, guys, I appreciate you for rocking with us and hanging with us another edition of the Legacy. Listen, what I need you to do at this moment right now is make sure you're sharing is sharing, or join our text community. Text LWN to 84576. Text LWN to 84576. And never miss a broadcast to be a part of what we're talking about. So yeah, keep increasing, keep growing, stay connected. That's like I talked about when Grant Cardone did the show. That was his main thing. He said, man, leverage came from connections. He had, starting out, and like I said, basically with nothing, but you're right. I don't have the stress of not having nothing. I'm just playing like I have nothing, and I got to rebuild. But those connections are what matter. Before we roll out of here, I'm trying to break it up a little bit. So Jesse Smollett is out. 6 days in jail. Thank you, Mom Corey. 6 days in jail. An appeal court has let him out. It's very interesting. Very interesting. I've never seen a process happen so fast, but that's very interesting.
Why?
I don't like, because I feel like I don't really. People don't believe him. I believe there's something. I believe Chicago PD is doing something as well. I don't believe they're innocent. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know why it is. But I don't think he lied. I know everyone wants to go with lie. There's more to this. It just seems so weird. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know.
No, because see, you got that. So you have there's some kind of kindred connection with you and Jesse Smollett.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think it's the good hair. I think that's what I think. He could be your cousin. He could, yeah.
Don't do that.
No, here's the reality. Here's the reality. Regardless of whether it's true or not,
Right.
I don't believe he should be in jail.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Like you spent 5 days in jail. That's called the idiot award.
Right. Right.
If it's true, then I'm gonna put you in jail for 5 days just so you can feel like the idiot that you were for even trying something like that.
Yeah.
If it's not, if Jussie Smollett was telling the truth,
right.
If he was telling the truth, then oops, sorry.
Right. Right. I got you, because he spent a whole lot of time in jail. I got you.
Yeah.
I got
Either
you.
way, I'm saying I don't believe the brother should be stuck in jail.
Yeah. Which was weird. Like, that when they went after him, I was like, man, like I can imagine myself getting caught up because I wouldn't have a high-powered lawyer. Like I couldn't really afford a great lawyer, but I'm sure he had a decent lawyer. Right. No jail time for that. He's no danger to anyone. Right. Just a waste of resources.
And I'm saying it's nice. It's nice to know that the process worked in a way that says we're not going to, keep you locked up,
right,
for no reason. I mean, it's just like, even like I said, even if he was guilty on all counts,
right,
he only hurt himself.
Right. Exactly. And then, they want to talk about waste of resources. Then you're going to waste resources with a whole trial. Like, how much does a judge cost?
Well, I'm saying, like, you had to go through that process.
Right.
True or untrue, you had to go through that process. And we would have wanted the process to play out because, we rooting for Jussie.
Right.
Right. Until those pictures and the video came. I'm like, come on, Jussie.
I don't know.
You need to get smacked upside your head. But still, I'm saying, no matter what side of it you're on, I'm glad that brother's at home. That's all I'm saying. I'm glad he's at home.
Yeah. See, Richard, you agree. There's something to it. All right. So we're going to roll out of here. Trust me, this case is going to come back up, I'm sure, because there's more to it. I don't know what it is, but there's more to this thing. All right. So we look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, Freestyle Friday. This week has been going really, really fast. I don't know if that's good or bad. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Same time, same channel, same place. Make sure you share the Brothers of Legacy. If you're on Facebook, make sure you are liking the Facebook page. And I think there's a recommendation or review. Go to the review section. Tell us how much you love the show. As well as if you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and hit the thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm, folks. And I think that's it. So continue to stay safe. Make sure you do the right thing. And we'll see you in the AM.
The uncomfortable pause.
All right.
Time for outtakes.
As always, we love you. Know that God loves you more. Stay safe. Thank you.